put the key in the ignition, and that. I am just now leaving work for the day. I actually had an issue with the Wrangler this morning. It wasn't starting, so I had to take Eileen's Jeep Wrangler, and now I get to go home to try to figure it out. Hopefully it's the battery. You know, this is the Wrangler that has given me a lot of battery issues in the past. Battery issues, PCM issues. So I'm really hoping that it's just the battery, because when I went to crank it this morning, it wouldn't start. So let's see what happens. There is literally nothing better than walking back to your vehicle at the end of a 14-hour shift. I mean, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Let's get this thing figured out. For those of you that follow us on Instagram, you know that I started residency. I am working a lot. I'm going in 6 days a week, working on average 12 to 14 hours per day. And so I've had a hard time catching up with things, getting to comments later than I'd like, getting to the Instagram later than I'd like, the Facebook. But nonetheless, we are still getting it done. We have a lot of fun things planned, so we're trying to use my 1 day off a week to plan things. Now, Eileen's been home all day. We actually had a really interesting situation happen to us this morning. I went to get in the car, or should I say the Jeep, and I cranked it and nothing happened. It did not fire up. Got a little bit of lights on the dashboard, got a little bit of lights on the dashboard that flickered. So I'm basically thinking it's the battery. So hopefully, if I replace the battery, the issue will be solved. Now, while I was at work, Eileen went ahead and picked up a brand new battery for me so I can drop it in as soon as I get home. Now, if you don't know, the TJ uses a Group 34 battery type, and my absolute favorite place to order the battery is directly from Costco. They tend to have a lot of sizes in stock, and they have a great price and a great return policy. So stick around for the ride and let's see what happens. Basically just driving Eileen's Jeep. If you're wondering what the rear looks like, the visibility outside with a DV8 tire carrier and a 35, that is what that looks like. Pretty sweet, huh? You bet you can't really see anything. Stay tuned. Man, who else is excited for summertime? Look at that temperature. It is 7 p.m. Check this out. It is 7 p.m. and the temperature is 93 degrees. That is incredible. There she is, the one that wouldn't take me to work today. Look at that, just chilling at home. Gonna have to take care of her in a moment. We are home. Literally just made it home right now. This is the way my face looks after many hours of work. I still have to go in tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. When this video will be posted, I will be in at work taking care of patients. Now, before I begin, COVID is still very real and very relevant. I have patients myself that I'm currently taking care of that are COVID positive. Fortunately, my patients have been doing pretty well, but that's not the case for everyone. So please, in the meantime, stay safe. Now look at this, just before I switch on over, check these out. Represent. But first, it's been a long day. I haven't had the chance to eat. Gonna just toss some of this leftover Thai food down. This used to be pad see ew and pad chicken. Pad Thai chicken. So gonna drop this down, grab myself a probably Diet Coke. It's one of those days. It's been a long week. We don't have many tools at this house. Actually, we have like almost no tools at this house. So I really hope I can get the job done because we need two vehicles and it's just not, it's just not the same driving the JK. The TJ is a better vehicle. Sorry, Eileen. So, let's get it done, huh? It is a hot mess in here, but Eileen told me she left the battery. So let us go on a hunt for the battery. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, right over there, next to all this other junk. It actually smells like some of our fall candles in here, which are packed in those boxes over there. That's not going to be fun to clean up, but why don't we grab this battery and let's get the job started. The tools that I have to work with, probably a couple adjustable wrenches. This is literally all I have to work with. A totally incomplete, dirty mechanic tool set that I got online. I'll put the link below. Let's see if it gets the job done. Probably going to be using lots of adjustable wrenches, so let's do it. Before we begin, let us try to reproduce what happened to me. So it was 5 a.m. and I hopped in here as I normally would. Everything's good, right? Time to go to work, huh? Put the key in the ignition and that. No start. So let's see if we can't fix it. Let's do it. So here's where the battery lives. Why don't we go ahead and use an adjustable wrench and get to it. So there is a long screw holding the battery in right over here, right between the two terminals, and it takes a 10mm. Would you look at that? I happen to have one. Have myself an extension as well, and I'll get to it now. Wish I had a multimeter to measure exactly how much volts of juice I have, but it doesn't really matter because I don't really have a choice at this point. Almost done. All right, there's that bolt I was talking about. And now this is the tricky part. It is time to take the battery out, and this thing is super heavy, so let's do it. Out with the old, in with the new. Time to put this guy back in. Let's start with the positive first. Now it's time for the negative. All in all, that took less than 10 minutes. Everything, as you can see, is buttoned up. I'm really hoping it fires up right now. Let's see what happens. Just to build some suspense here, we have many cool videos planned. We are gonna be doing so many interesting things, including relocating our shock mounts, the 100,000 mile service. Gonna teach Arlene how to drive stick on this monster. We are gonna do sound test comparisons, and we listen to you guys. We actually purchased Solution Finish, and we're gonna compete with our #1 plastic trimmer store, the Cerakote wipes, and we're gonna see which one takes it over time. So stay tuned for that, and let's see if it fires up. Fingers crossed. Alrighty, fingers crossed in every possible way. See what happens. So far so good. Fired right up. Seems like this thing's gonna take me to work tomorrow. Also forgot to mention, gonna show you guys how to recharge the AC because our AC is definitely not functional, and much more. But for now, it looks like this is running perfectly fine and I could not be happier. So here is the crazy thing. I had absolutely no signs or symptoms of a failing battery at all. It just kind of went out of nowhere. Now fortunately we were home, but we could have just as well have been anywhere, whether it's out on the road or on the trail or even at work. We're very fortunate that we had the tools it took to get the job done, and it was as simple as just changing out the battery. Now I highly recommend the one from Costco. They tend to last a really long time and they're probably the cheapest ones I could find. Now if you haven't seen our channel before, stay tuned. We have a lot of more content, and please consider hitting that subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any of our content and our giveaways. So for now, thank you so much for watching.